Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण everyone. So today is Wednesday 20th of September. It is Bhadra Masa or Hrishikesha Masa, Sukla Paksham, Panchami Tithi. So there is one way Vaishnava event today. So today it is the appearance day of Srimati Sita Thakurani, Shri Advaita Acharya's concert. So there are few lines from special Vaishnava Day's message. So we can learn greatly about Sita Thakurani from the Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 13, the advent of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day, shortly after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, Advaita Acharya's wife, Sita Devi, who is worshipable by the whole world, took her husband's permission and went to see that topmost child with all kinds of gifts and presentations. It appears that Advaita Acharya had two different houses, one at Shantipura and one at Navadvipa. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, Advaita Acharya was residing not at his Navadvipa house, but at his Shantipura house. Therefore, as formerly explained, from Advaita's old paternal house in Shantipura, Sita came to Navadvipa to present gifts to the newborn child, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She brought different kinds of golden ornaments, including armlets, necklaces, anklets, and bangles for the hands. There were also tiger nails set in gold, waist decorations of silk and lace ornaments for the hands and legs, nicely printed silken saris, and a child's garment, also made of silk. Many other riches, including gold and silver coins, were also presented to the child. So this is about Sita Thakurani. There are further information, so I shall share in the WhatsApp group. So we shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Sudha Goswami has been explaining about the adventures of Parikshit. So Parikshit has been traveling from all the parts of the Jambudvipa. So Jambudvipa is divided into 9 varshas. So on the topmost, in the Uttara Kuroni is on the northern side, on the southern side Bharata Varsha, and the western side Ketumala Varsha, and the western side it is the eastern side it is the Bhadrashram. So likewise there are the 4 sides, it is on the top foremost edges. So he has traveled all parts. So there are further varshas, Kim Purushadini Varshani. So Bhadrashram Ketumalam cha Bharatam cha Uttaram Kurun Kim Purushadini Varshani Vijitya Jagurihe Balim. So he traveled all parts of the Jambudvipa and he has got all the tributes from different parts of the world. So further Suta Goswami is saying what Parikshit Maharaj has seen wherever he has gone. So he is saying that beautifully, that wherever he is going in all kinds of varshas, he was hearing his forefathers' stories, all the Pandava stories, how they have been associating with the Lord and all their kind of Bharatam. In other ways, it is Bharatam. And also they were being glorified, and about the glories of Krishna, how they are associated with Krishna, and how Parikshit was protected when he was in the womb of Uttara, and when he was tormented by Ashwadhama's Brahma Sironamakastra, and how the relationships between the Kurus and also Urushnis. So the Kunti Devi's family and the Vasudeva's family. So because of that, all the Pandavas, they are always worshipping Krishna, not only for the relation, and Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and well-wisher and the relative likewise. So, and then, so Parikshit, after seeing in the glorifications of his forefathers and Krishna, he was so pleased by looking at those glorifications, and he was very much happy and satisfied, and he has given so much of riches and clothes and then necklaces to the people in general. So whoever is glorifying there with a great heart. So likewise, so the Goswami is glorifying Parikshit. So we are in the first canto, chapter 16, verse number 13, 14 and 15. Tatra tatra upashrinvanaha swapuresham mahatmanam pragiyamanam cha yashaha krishnam mahatmya suchakam atmanam cha paritratam ashwadhamno astra tejasah sneham cha vrishnipadhanam tesham bhaktim cha keshave tebhyah paramasantuštah priti udhrumbita lochanah mahadhanani vasamsi Dadoharar Mahamanaha Tatra Tatra Upashrinvanaha. So wherever he was going, Tatra Tatra Upashrinvanaha, he has been continuously hearing. Tatra Tatra Upashrinvanaha Swapuryesham Mahatmanam Swapurve Yesham. So about his own forefathers. Swapuresham Mahatmanam, they are the who are very all great devotees of the Lord. Swapuresham Mahatmanam. Pragiyamanam cha yashaha. Pragiyamanam cha. So unto those who are thus addressing, so Pandavas, Pragiyamanam cha yashaha, and their glories. Krishna Mahatmya Suchakam. Krishna Mahatmya Suchakam. So Lord Krishna glorious acts as well. While they're making adventures, so Krishna descended and along with all his close associates to fulfill the mission of Paritrahanaaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chadushkritam on the request of Bhudevi. So Krishna Mahatmya Suchakam, all these great acts were being glorified. Krishna Mahatmya Suchakam. So they are indicating those glorious acts. Atmanam cha paritratam. Atmanam cha paritratam. So also Parikshit Maharaj, how he was protected. Atmanam cha paritratam ashwadhamno astra tejasaha. By the weapon that is used by Ashwadhama, which is powerful, astra tejasaha. So Parikshit was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sneham cha vrishnipadhanam tesham bhaktim cha keshave. Sneham cha vrishnipadhanam, and the affection between the descendants of Vrishni and those of Pruta. Pruta is Kunti Devi. Tesham bhaktim cha keshave. All of them, they were devoted to Krishna. Tesham bhaktim cha keshave. All the Pandavas, they're always worshipping. So darshana samlapa sayanasana bhojanaha. So that is by looking at and they're talking sayana asana bhojanaha, while sleeping, while eating, while sitting. So that is the relationship they have got with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in such a way, they're completely devoted. Sneham cha vrishnipadhanam tesham bhaktim cha keshave. Tebhyah paramasantuštah priti udhrumbita lochanah. Tebhyah paramasantuštah. And Parikshit Maharaj, so he was so pleased towards them. Tebhyah. Paramasantushtaha, he was very pleased and satisfied. Paramasantushtaha, extremely pleased. Priti Ujrumbita Lochanaha, and he was attracted to and attracted Ujrumbita Lochanaha, and his eyes were Ujrumbita Lochanaha, pleasingly open, very broadly, by hearing very concentratingly. Likewise, Tebhyaha Paramasantushtaha Priti Ujrumbita Lochanaha, very attentively hearing all those glories. Mahadhanani Vasamsi, and so much of riches, and then clothes, Vasamsi clothes. Dadau Haran Mahamanaha, Dadau he has given in charity. Haran Mahamanaha, it includes of necklaces, and Mahamanaha, one who has a broader outlook and a great heart. He has given all those riches to the people who are glorifying those acts. Tebhyaha Paramasantushtaha Priti Ujrumbita Lochanaha Mahadhanani Vasamsi Dadoharan Mahamanaha. So Tatra Tatra Upashrinvanaha Swapuresha Mahatmanam Pragiyamanam Cha Yashaha Krishna Mahatmya Suchakam Atmanam Cha Paritratam Ashwadhamno Astra Tejasaha Sneham Cha Vrishnipadhanam Tesham Bhaktim Cha Keshave Tebhyaha Paramasantushtaha Priti Ujrumbita Lochanaha Mahadhanani Vasamsi Dadoharan Mahamanaha. So translation for this verse: wherever the king visited, he continuously heard the glories of his great forefathers, who were all devotees of the Lord, and also of the glorious acts of Lord Krishna. He also heard how he himself had been protected by the Lord from the powerful heat of the weapon of Ashwadhama. People also mentioned the great affection between the descendants of Vrishni and the Pritha, due to the latter's greater devotion to Lord Krishna or Lord Keshava. The king, being very pleased with the singers of such glories, opened his eyes in great satisfaction. Out of magnanimity, he was pleased to award them very valuable necklaces and clothing. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kings and great personalities of the state are presented with welcome addresses. This is a system from time immemorial, and Maharaja Parikshit, since he was one of the well-known emperors of the world, was also presented with addresses of welcome in all parts of the world as he visited those places. The subject matter of those welcome addresses was Krishna. Krishna means Krishna and his eternal devotees, as the king means the king and his confidential associates. Krishna and his unalloyed devotees cannot be separated, and therefore glorifying the devotee means glorifying the Lord, and vice versa. Maharaja Parikshit would not have been glad to hear about the glories of his forefathers like Maharaj Yudhishthira and Arjuna had they not been connected with the acts of Lord Krishna. The Lord descends specifically to deliver his devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam. The devotees are glorified by the presence of the Lord because they cannot live for a moment without the presence of the Lord and his different energies. The Lord is present for the devotee by his acts and glories, and therefore Maharaja Parikshit felt the presence of the Lord when he was glorified by his acts, especially when he was saved by the Lord in the womb of his mother. The devotees of the Lord are never in danger, but in the material world, which is full of dangers at every step, the devotees are apparently placed into dangerous positions, and when they are saved by the Lord is glorified. The Lord Krishna would not have been glorified as the speaker of Bhagavad Gita had his devotees like Pandavas not been entangled in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. All such acts of Lord were mentioned in the addresses of welcome, and Maharaja Parikshit, in full satisfaction, rewarded those who presented such addresses. The difference between the presentation of welcome addresses today and in those days is that formerly the welcome addresses were presented to a person like Maharaja Parikshit. The welcome addresses were full of facts and figures, and those who presented such addresses were sufficiently rewarded. Whereas in the present days, the welcome addresses are presented not always with factual statements, but to please the post holder, and often they are full of flattering lies. And rarely are those who present such welcome addresses rewarded by the poor receiver. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning about the glorification of Pandavas, and Pandavas are they're always associating with Krishna. So tasmin yasadiyaha paddaha saheran viraham katam. So their satsangan mukta dustango hatum nocha hate buddha. So that is the relation between Pandavas, and they cannot even live without Krishna's association. That is Nyastadiyaha viraham kataham viram tasmin nyasadayaha viraham. So how they can live without a single moment of association? So that was when Krishna was leaving Hastinapura and going to Dwaraka at that time. So the Goswami is explaining the mood of Pandavas. That is the relation. And devotees and Krishna. So this is sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam taham. So that is devotees are always in the Krishna. Krishna is always in the devotee's heart. Maiteteshu tesu chapyaham. So likewise, they're always one together. So and so sometimes in this material Prabhupada is mentioning devotees are put up into dangers. This is once again it is an arrangement by the Lord, so to make his pastimes with the devotees. Apart from that, there is no reason for devotees to keep in the dangerous positions. It is for Krishna and his devotees pastimes, like Kurukshetra, and given Bhagavad Gita to all other people in this world. So, and Parikshit, how he was protected is Angusta Matramamalam Spurat Puratamaulinam Apivya Darshanam Syamam Tadidvasasam Achyutam Srimad Dhirka Chiturbahum Tapta Kanchana Kundalam Chadijapcham Gadapanim Atmana Parituritam. So likewise, Paribramshan, so he was rotating around the Parikshit when he was in the womb of Uttara, with taking his mace, which is blazing and which has all nullified the powerful Brahma Sironamaka Astra. So that way he protected. So this is once again Parikshit was his devotee and Krishna protected in the womb. That way, so both were glorified. That is what Parikshit was hearing wherever he goes. So like, and similarly Pandavas. So Prabhupada is explaining beautifully in this purport. And nowadays, so all these people are the so-called democracy. If they so-called people occupying those posts, if they are welcomed by just glories, so even who are glorifying, they don't get anything, and they just only speak lies. Prabhupada is where they're flattering lies. So that is from Srila Prabhupada's purport. A few points. So likewise, so the Goswami is explaining to Savanakadi sages. Tatra tatra upshrinvanaha swapuriyesha mahatmanam pragyamanam cha yashaha Krishna mahatmya sujakam atmanam cha paritratam ashwadhamnu astra tejasaha sneham cha vrishnipadhanam tesham bhaktim cha keshave tebhyaha paramasantushtaha priti ujjrumbita lochanaha mahadhanani vasamsi dadauharan mahamanaha. So likewise, Parikshit reciprocated. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is a letter to Mukunda, October 1st, 1969, Hamburg. So letter is shared. Can I request any dear devotees to read this letter? It is a small one.
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
My dear Mukunda, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated September 1st, 1969. If Mr. Leland contributes his place as described by you, then we shall turn it into a place of divine culture, which the younger generation needs so badly. And if the Archbishop of Canterbury gives us one, 2 or 3, 4, up to the point of all the redundant churches, I shall turn them all into great place of worship of all kinds of men. If so, if so desired, we can worship them, or we can worship the picture of Lord Jesus Christ, who we admit as the Son of Godhead. We worship all earthly sons of servants of God, but we kick on the face of all rascals who claim to have become God so cheaply to mislead many innocent persons. Sometimes back, I sent you one letter addressed to the Archbishop of Canterbury, but I have not heard anything from you. Was that letter presented to His Holiness or not? Please enlighten me in this connection. Please pursue George to see the Archbishop as early as possible. Regarding my visiting London, I am prepared to go there as soon as you call me. Hope you are all well. Your ever well-wisher, Isi Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Bol Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing. Any comment or takeaway points, Prabhuji?
Yeah, my takeaway point is Prabhupada clearly mentioned that Krishna consciousness not is particular any religion or anything. We worship God, and we also worship the Son of Godhead as well. So Krishna consciousness is just to back to Godhead, how to go to Krishna. That's all. That's my takeaway, Prabhu. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other comments, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes. Prabhupada always mentioned about Christian the worship Jesus Christ. And Prabhupada make the Christ as a Christian is coming from Krishna and Christian. So we are also Krishna-ian. So this is sometimes he mentioned. And Prabhupada always mentioned is Jesus Christ as a pure devotee. We respect Jesus Christ. That is no doubt we respect the pure devotees. But one aspect is sometimes someone claim as a false god. We have to we should not accept them. We should present them who is a Krishna, who is a real God. That is one point is very important. Prabhupada on this letter he mentioned. So and main point I discovered this one. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we respect all devotees and servants of God. So that's a very beautiful point. And another thing is so turning all the churches, redundant churches, into the temples, giving an opportunity like a oasis in the desert for all the conditioned souls to take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet and getting the knowledge and chant and be happy, sing, dance, take prasadam and be happy. So that is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. And also yesterday also Ganesh is also devotee of the Lord. So in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana also it is Lord Shankara mentions that Ganesh, Lord Shankara, the sun god Varuna, Agni, and a few other demigods, they have got access to Goloka to go and visit and come back. So it is mentioned by Lord Shankara in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So just a glimpse to share. So that means here we all worship and respect all artisans and servants of God. We do not disrespect any one of them. We are not sectarian regions. Whatever the way we are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we accept that one. So there are three different levels. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, Sabjate, in three different levels. But Yeah, that is also fall into Kanistadikari, Madhyamadikari, Uttamadikari levels. And we see mostly into Aparna and Ashrama dharmas, that is the platform to elevate the souls to come to God consciousness. So that is the beauty of it. Prabhupada is mentioning that here to convert all the redundant churches into temples. Okay, so that is my takeaway point. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening at 8:30 p.m. we have got a Kirtan evening. So I think Radharani will be glorified with the Radharani Kirtans today. Due to Radha Ashtami coming on Saturday. Yeah, that's all from me, from announcement side. And dear devotees, if you have got any further updates you wanted to update or any events are going on, kindly share. No? Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude our session and continue with further japa. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitahanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta-vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Bless everyone.
Very good. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.